Dad's basically been drunk since the night he found out he hit Jake. You know, he's in a tailspin. He's drowning in guilt, punishing himself.
Yeah, and Jason is so angry with Luke. He's grieving for Jake. I mean, he told me today, just a few hours ago, that he's afraid he's going to do something they can't take back.
That's exactly what my dad has in mind.
Yeah, right from the start. I threatened Brandon in the alley and Jason stopped me. You have that on video. He brought me back to his place. I got mad and I left and I went back to Voss.
Michael, just stop
talking. No,
talking,
I knew
right?
Brandon would show up eventually. Right, so I waited for him. I already had a gun on me, and Abby was nowhere near the club. She had no idea what was going on. Then he showed up, and I shot him in the head twice.
Michael, stop lying.
This is obviously a false confession.
No, it sounds pretty credible to me. This is your last chance. A confession from you will trump his any day of the week.
Wasn't threatening to me at all. He wasn't trying to intimidate me. This was about provoking Jason, and it could happen because Jason is right on the edge.
I've been so wrapped up in my own anger and grief, I haven't been able to see how much trouble my dad's really in.
Yeah, Lucky, we gotta keep them away from each other.
No, I agree. But where is Jason now?
Michael called him down to the PCPD. I don't know all the details, but I guess Ronnie brought Abby in for Brandon's murder.
Okay, so if Jason is focused on Michael right now, that might buy me enough time to deal with my dad. Man, I just should have never let things get this far.
Lucky, I'm really sorry. I mean, if there's anything I can do.
There is, actually. Just don't tell Jason that my dad came over here.
Michael was gonna shoot Brandon, so you took care of it for him. You protected him then, so protect him now by confessing. Let the kid spend the night with his girlfriend, not the late Buster Penton.
Right, you can't just keep pushing until you get the confession you want.
Listen, Michael, I did not kill Brandon. You don't have to protect me.
I am not going to let them lock you up.
Diane's on her way. Just wait for her.
No good, Diane.
Look, you don't get it. We have a solid eyewitness, okay? This guy was a regular at the club. He saw Abby shoot Brandon. That's how he recognized her.
So how is a guy who goes to a strip club a solid witness? He's probably drunk or somebody paid him off.
Abby, because of the abuse, the DA's probably gonna want to cut a deal with you.
She doesn't need a deal. She didn't do anything.
Okay, just calm down. Let's go.
No, you can go if you want. There's no way I'm leaving Abby alone.
Come on, Lucky. You know, Jason and I don't keep secrets from each other. I can't promise not to tell him that.
Okay, just
came
try
here.
to stall him for as long as possible. I need a little time to pull something together.
Wait, like what?
I don't know. I need to make some phone calls. I'll give you the details as soon as I can. But just for now, keep Jason away from my dad, please.
Okay, well, I can tell him that Luke didn't scare me or threaten me or anything,
Right,
and
yes.
that it was just the booze talking.
No, I wouldn't do that. I mean, Jason thinks that Jake would still be alive if my dad hadn't have been drinking, and he's probably right, but do you have any idea where my dad went?
Yeah, he said he was gonna be at the Haunted Star, in his office specifically. But Lucky, I went to Sonny. I was scared. I didn't know what else to do, and I said maybe he could reason with him, and he...
I thought the same thing, but you can't reason with a drunk on a binge. I mean, Jason tried to reason with me when I was using. I wouldn't listen. If he had treated me the same way I've been treating my dad, I'd probably never have gotten clean.
Lucky, I'm really scared that Jason's not gonna forgive Luke for this.
He shouldn't have to. But this is my father we're talking about, you know? And he never turned his back on me when I was out of control. He didn't judge me. He was always there for me, and now he needs me. So I don't care what he did or what state he's in. He's my dad, and I love him. I'm not gonna let him down.
You think it's...
Any word from Luke?
No one's seen him, which means you're probably right. He's at the Haunted Star.
Okay, look, I was thinking about it, and okay, I'm not gonna lie to Jason, but Jason owes you, Lucky. I mean, you gave Jake a family.
He doesn't owe me anything. It was a privilege and a gift to be Jake's father. And besides that, it was partly my fault that my dad was behind the wheel that night. He was on his way to my wedding, and I knew he was drinking. He was always drinking. I should have done something
No, what
a
are
long
you
time
talking
ago.
about? You're not responsible for your father's drinking.
No, but I am responsible for letting him know how it affects the people he loves. Look, Sam, just tell Jason I'm sorry that my dad came over and that I'm through pretending that my dad doesn't have a problem. I'm gonna do everything I can. I'm gonna give him a chance to get some help.
I want to see Abby.
I'd like to speak to her first, if that's possible.
Look, Jason, she didn't kill Brandon. You have to help her. But just promise her that we'll get her out of here.
I'm gonna do what I can.
Okay, look, last time I checked, neither one of you is an attorney, okay? You have no right to go and talk to her. How many rules am I supposed to bend
I'm
tonight,
asking
Michael?
you, as my brother, just please.
What, the brother who just punched me in the face?
Dante, please, just let us see Abby.
Fine. You owe me. Ron, can you come out here for a minute?
Someone inspired to confess?
Jason,
You're not gonna let him go talk.
don't make me regret this, okay, please?
Get Michael out of here before he gets into more trouble.
The best way for you to help Michael is to tell me the truth. Did you kill Brandon? If you did it, Brandon got what he deserved, but I can't help you or Michael unless I know what really happened.
I didn't kill Brandon, but I'll say I did to save Michael. I mean, there's enough evidence to support a confession from me, especially with the eyewitness.
Yeah, and is there any idea what that's about?
Somebody's obviously setting me up. I don't know why, but it better me than Michael,
Why do you care so much?
because he's worth it. Michael didn't just save me from being raped. He gave me my life back. You know, I was so shut down, and Michael changed that. I can't really explain it, you know?
You don't have to. You don't have to.
I will take my chances with the battered woman defense. Diane can probably sell it to a jury.
But you shouldn't have to go through a trial when you're innocent.
I have a better chance of acquittal than Michael does.
I believe that you would take the fall for Michael, but it would have the complete opposite effect. Michael needs you. The only way to make this right for him is for you to go free.
I am so sorry I dragged Michael into this. That Brandon ever showed up again.
You know, I'm actually I'm grateful. Yeah, Michael is afraid for you right now, but he's handling this. He's strong, and that's because of you. I mean, you've helped him out a lot.
Hey, how'd it go with the PCPD? Uh-oh. Not well, I take it.
Abby's spending the night in lockup.
What? I thought she was cleared as a
Yeah,
suspect.
Ronnie came up with an eyewitness. A regular at Vaughn says he saw Abby shoot Brandon.
Do we have a name?
No.
No. Okay, I can have Spinelli hack into the PCPD mainframe and see what we can find out. And if we can get a name, he can go into his bank account records and see if there's any sort of payoff.
Yeah, that sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, an eyewitness isn't always reliable anyway.
No, he's a setup. He's obviously lying.
Not necessarily. Maybe the eyewitness is telling the truth as he saw it.
You mean he saw a woman he thought was Abby shoot Brandon?
Maybe the eyewitness was set up.
That's possible.
Why would anyone want to do that to Abby?
Well, that's what we got to figure out. Who benefits from framing Abby?
Yeah,
Thank you for posting bail. I'll pay you back as soon as I can save up the money.
No, don't worry about that.
Listen, you're already covering Diane's legal fees, which is more than generous. Knowing that I'm gonna have her defending me at the trial is a huge relief.
Look, the charges get dropped before the case even makes it to trial, so you don't have to worry about that.
okay, Michael, before you go thinking about doing another self-confession, just know that Ronnie will do everything he can to send you back to Pentonville.
Look, I know what I did was stupid, but I wasn't gonna let Abby take the fall for killing Brandon when she's innocent.
I know, it's a little hard to prove, okay? Right now, we have a guy who's willing to testify he saw Abby pull the trigger.
Meeting meeting Matt for some drinks. Came by to see if you wanted to join us.
I'm not crashing your date.
We're not going to a romantic restaurant. I'm meeting him at Jake's. Thought we could play some darts, put Matt in his place. It'll be fun.
Yeah, that does sound like fun, but I can't.
Sam, I know you want to stick around here in case Jason needs you, but there's not much you can do. And even if there was, Jason probably wouldn't let you. So take a break from being a supportive girlfriend for a few hours and help me kick Matt's ass at darts.
I'm having surgery tomorrow.
Surgery? Is everything okay? That's a really dumb question. Everything's not okay if you're having surgery.
No, everything's okay. It's actual reconstructive surgery. And if it works, I might be able to carry a child.
Getting pregnant right now would be a really bad idea.
I don't care what the guy is claiming that he saw. Abby didn't kill Brandon.
Michael, it's okay.
No, it's not. Look, instead of acting like the case is already closed, why don't you do something to help Abby?
Look, we're on the same side here.
No, it doesn't
okay?
seem. It doesn't seem like it. You are sure Abby was guilty the night she was booked.
Okay, and you guys convinced me otherwise. Okay, but unfortunately, we don't have an alibi for Abby at the time of the murder, and we have a witness who saw her at the scene.
Does the witness check out?
Guy's name is Lance Hedrickson. He's a plumber in his 40s. He's got no priors, no crazy debt. I mean, it's hard to see that this guy would be squeezed to point the finger at Abby.
Lance is a regular. He used to come in 2 or 3 nights a week when I'd be working.
So the DA could argue that he knew you well enough to make a positive ID.
Yes.
Yeah, we all know that he's lying.
Somebody went to a lot of trouble to frame Abby.
But why?
Well, we found out who was interested in framing you. We got a real suspect.
Michael, I got something to take care of. Just call me if you guys come up with anything.
Upstairs, packing a bag. I told her I would stop by tomorrow and bring her some snacks and magazines. Not that she's gonna be hungry, but you might, and what passes for food at the hospital cafeteria, no one should be subjected to.
Thank you, that's nice of you.
I know that I get on your nerves, but I would like to think that underneath all those exasperated looks, you like me just a little bit. So at the risk of wearing out my welcome, I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. I'm really sorry for your loss. I know that you must miss Jake a lot. And I feel like I understand a little bit of the pain that you're going through because I still grieve for Georgie every day. Please don't take this the wrong way or think that I'm judging you. But don't you think it's a little soon for you and Sam to be having a child when you just lost Jake? Feel free to tell me to mind my own business or just stay out of it. I had to ask.
You think it's wrong?
I think Sam would do anything for you, anything to help take the grief away, even if that meant getting pregnant with a child that neither of you are ready for.
He said the procedure should take about 3 hours, so if there aren't any complications, I should be in and out in a day.
What kind of
Oh,
complications?
come on, you don't have to worry. After all the times that I've been in the hospital, I'm practically a professional patient.
Yeah, but it's still a major surgery. I mean, if there's
Yeah, but Jason, it's not like I'm being wheeled into the ER in critical condition. This is an elective procedure. And hopefully something good comes out of it.
If this is what you want, I support you. Okay? But if you're going through all this right now, because I lost Jake, we kind of need to rethink it.
No one could ever replace Jake.
I know, I just want to make sure that, that you're doing this for you. Not because it's what you think I need.
Mr. Grinthos, you in the middle. But Michael's going through so much right now. I think you understand that better than his own father.
Sonny was here?
He wants me to break up with Michael. I mean, actually, he told me that I had to, but I can't look at him and tell him that I don't want to be with him. He'd know I'd be lying.
Sonny's just trying to protect Michael.
He made that very clear. But what Sonny doesn't understand is that it does Michael no good treating him like he can't handle his own life.
I understand that. Michael needs to feel like what he wants matters.
Yes, I want to protect Michael. Okay? But lying to him or forbidding him to see me, that's not the way to go about it. We know that.
Right now, the best way to protect Michael is to prove you're innocent. And for that to happen, we need to figure out who framed you and why. Did you ever have any bad run-ins with this guy Lance at the club?
No. He was one of, the more polite customers we had. Actually, believe it or not, we have those.
It bothers me that Johnny's all over this thing. Has he ever done anything to indicate that he has an agenda where you and Michael are concerned?
He's always been good to me. I couldn't have been nicer, when I needed the loan, and then the night that I quit, he was...
What?
The night that I quit, Michael went with me to Johnny's. He offered him back the money so that I wouldn't have any ties to Vaughn's. Johnny didn't take him up on it. He said that it's nice to always have a Corinthos owe me one.
I need the name and contact information of the woman you hired.
You're gonna have to be more specific. I hire a lot of women to do a lot of things.
You had your lawyer get Brandon out on bail and then had him killed by a blonde woman in front of a witness to frame Abby.
Why would I do that?
I know you've been offering to help Michael, hoping to get him in your debt, and the best way to do that is to threaten Abby and then come to her rescue.
It's a great idea. Wish I'd come up with it myself.
You and your sister put Michael in a coma for a year. And Michael had to kill Claudia to defend Carly and Jocelyn. You owe Michael better than this.